We have finally arrived at the last arc of Naruto Shippuden, where we get to see the daily life of our favorite character post the 4th Shinobi War and see the finale of this all-time classic. Today we'll cover from 480 to 500, which will correspond to multiple Naruto novels. Sasuke Shiden, Book of Sunrise, Shikamaru Hiden, A Cloud Drifting in the Silent Darkness, and finally Konoha Hiden, The Perfect Day for Wedding. Now without further ado, smash my intro. Let's bring the time back to the childhood. The villagers were bullying the spiky genin as they hated the Jinchuriki. One day, cute lolly Hyuga princess Hinata wandered off by herself after the funeral of Nenji's father Hisashi, and she ends up getting lost. Our Shota spiky genin, Naruto, came out of nowhere and guided her home like a good old white knight. Then we have an episode of Sasuke's childhood, showcasing his wholesome moment with Itachi. We also show how Sakura met Inu, and strangely both of them fell in love with Sasuke.
Coincidence? I think not!
On the other side, we witnessed Gaara's tough and lonely past being hated by the Tsunagakuin citizen. Going back to Konoha, child Naruto was protecting Hinata by standing against the bully. Shikamaru and Choji joined to help his homie, but ended up being sent to the hallway by Iruka sensei. Going back in time a bit, we have young Jiraiya getting caught on trying to sneak peek into the female hot spring. The young Ero sensei asked the Orochimaru to help him to get with Tsunade, but they failed miserably. They finally finished the childhood arc by showing how Kakashi became more independent after his father's death and how he formed many bonds with his comrade. In the next arc, Sasuke Shiden Book of Sunrise focuses on Sasuke's journey around the world post the 4th Shinobi World War. One day, Sasuke received a message from the Konoha stating that exchanged Otsutsuki has caused the people to attack the village and self-explode. Sasuke then met Chino in a random village and discovered that a triad called Lightning Group, controlled by a man named Fushin, was harming the locals. Moments later, Sasuke was ambushed by some attacks and he has easily defeated them. Then he tried to use Sharingan to seek more info, but it was stopped by a rare Geki Genkai. Two new characters from this arc, Chino and Waki, joined Sasuke's journey to find the Lightning Group. One thing leads to another. Without spoiling too much info, with the assistance of Orochimaru and Team Taka, Sasuke was managed to identify the Lightning Group on the Gambling Island. Then Baladin Balabun, Sasuke ended up fighting some random boil release user, but before he could dispatch him, a random explosion zombie appeared again. But he, along with Orochimaru and Yamato, managed to minimize the damage. Put some respect on Sasuke's name. Then a few events happen and a few plot twists occur. Sasuke ended up fighting some Typhoon Geki Genkai user. Without any issue, Sasuke brought up the cheat code Susanoo and finished the enemy with Chidori. Just before Sasuke was able to use Sharingan to retrieve info, a rare Dozutsu Geki Genkai user from the Shinoki clan and used the Ketsuryugan, aka Red Dragon Eyes, to hold his action. Then we learn about Chino's sad past, where she was a war orphan and she was the sole descendant of the Shinoki clan. It turns out that Uchiha clan has indirectly caused the Shinoichi clan to go extinct in the past, which explained the hatred of Chino against Sasuke, and why she attacked Konoha with her self-explosion zombie shinobi that were under her Genjutsu control. The battle between the two Genjutsu users broke out, and interestingly, none of them are using Genjutsu. What the f***? Is this a false advertisement? What? The lolly used her blood to create Water Dragon, but Sasuke easily destroyed it via Chidori and started dominating the lolly. They finally started to use Genjutsu, and without surprise, Sasuke easily dominated the lolly again. In the end, Sasuke forgives both Chino and Fushin. He then told the duo the world that he and Naruto wanted to create and achieve peace. In the end, Mizukage accepted the duo as a new citizen as their ancestor has a link with the Mist village. After solving the issue, Sasuke continued his journey. Up next, we have Shikamaru Hiden, a cloud drifting in the silent darkness. Shikamaru has been involved in the investigation mission for the Land of Silence after receiving the alarming report from Sai. During one of the Shinobi Union meetings, Tamari sensed something wrong with Shikamaru, but he refuses to open up.
And he paid the price.
Shikamaru has selected 2 ambush shinobi, Hinoko and Ro, with unique ability to accompany him. Hinoko displayed her ability and easily assassinated the spy. The trio then sneaked into the hotel to gather info. Hinoko wanna flex her ability as an ambush, but Shikamaru stopped her. She is annoyed that ever since the war was over, she has limited screen time and her ability is underutilized. Using her frustration, the enemy lured her into their camp, the Land of Silence. Meanwhile, Shikamaru and Ro stalked her from behind. Once Hinoko arrived at the location with Kumori, they got into the fight with Shikamaru and Ro, where the female ambu killed both of them by her unique chakra needle to prove her royalty. Later on, Hinoko put Kumori to sleep and revived Shikamaru and Ro, who has been put in a near-death state with her ability. The trio finally infiltrated the enemy base. Hinoko investigated the base and did not find any info on the boss Gengo. The trio continued to investigate and discover a formal escape Ambu Konoha shinobi Minochi and captured him. They learned more about Gengo's ideology. The escaped shinobi tried to pull an Uno reverse, but he failed badly as Hinoko finished his life with her chakra needle. By the evening, the final boss Gengo finally appears for a public speech and he shows off the captured and restrained Sai. The Konoha trio tried to save Sai, but he retaliated and attacked them. It turns out that Sai has been controlled by Gengo. After a few exchanges, Gengo managed to use his speech to control Hinoko, and even Shikamaru could not resist his mind control ability, which resulted in him strangling himself with shadow. After being strangled by his own shadow, Shikamaru manages to avoid Gengo controlling his mind. The shadow user was locked up in a cell and some time passes by. Sai brought food and water to him. The two had a few conversations and later on Ro was thrown into a cell next to Shikamaru. The Konoha shinobi was then taken to Gengo where he tried his talk no jutsu, stating the world needs to be in conflict for shinobi to show their worth. It turns out that Gengo was using flower to control Ro and Hinoko. Moments later, Gengo tried to use talk no jutsu to control Shikamaru, but the shadow user managed to avoid it and somehow Shikamaru freed himself from the restraint. He then escaped and formed a plan to tackle Gengo. He then returned to battle Hinoko and Ro. Shikamaru managed to create an opening to land the final strike, but the good things didn't last long as Sai joined the battle and knocked Shikamaru down with an ink lion. Within the last moment, Shikamaru's closest comrades, Ino and Choji, arrived in time and saved him along with Tamari's assistance. Tamari teamed up with Ino and Choji to battle Sai, Ro and Hinoko. A range of strike exchanges occurred and Gengo slowly loses control of the 3 Konoha shinobis. Ino manages to enter Sai's mind and break Gengo's control over him. While Tamari and Choji defeated Ro and Hinoko and they have recovered their consciousness, Gengo lures Shikamaru into a dark room where he can't use his shadow and a place where it increases his hearing sensitivity. Unfortunately, Gengo is no Naruto and his talk no jutsu easily been overcome by Spiky gaining memory in Shikamaru's mind. The Konoha comrades soon joined their captain. Shikamaru instructed Hinoko to use her chakra needle to break the wall to allow sunlight in. Gengo tried to counter back, but he was locked in place by Shikamaru's shadow and his ability was sealed off by Hinoko. Gengo was then escorted by the ambu. It was announced that Naruto and Hinata are having a wedding soon. Check Naruto the last movie, it shows a cute romance moment between Naruto and Hinata. Konohamaru started filming people's congratulatory message to the couple. Sai struggled to put his feeling into words while Lee was high as like he is on crack, while Ino Shikamaru were too busy arguing with each other. Kiba soon joined the argument as well. Konohamaru tried to recall Iruka-sensei, but he was too nervous to deliver his speech, so he delayed it. Later on, it turns out that everyone wants to attend Naruto's wedding, but they would run out of shinobi for mission that day. So Tsunade came up with the idea that whoever gave Naruto the worst present would be assigned to do the mission on the day. Then we see Iruka-sensei's student, Tsukuni, try to do a Naruto of stealing a secret scroll, but it turns out to be an Icha roll. And Iruka-sensei taught the student to not vandal by mini talk no jutsu and learned the importance of not comparing his current student to Naruto. The Konoha 11 tried really hard to find the perfect gift for Naruto and Hinata. Lee came up with all sorts of random gifts like dumbbells, and after a bit of talk with Iruka-sensei, Lee has came up with an idea on what the perfect gift would be. Lee asked the guy-sensei to roleplay as Hinata and Naruto to help them come up with the idea. They settled it on a dumbbell set, and Tenten settled it on gifting them a custom-made kunai. While Shikamaru is struggling with the present, Ino and Choji already have a good idea. Choji has decided to give them a coupon to a fancy restaurant for a dinner, while Ino plans to get them a beautiful frame. Interestingly, Sakura has the same idea. The two female shinobi got into a heated argument and decided to settle this via food competition, judged it by the food king himself, Choji. Surprisingly, both of them can cook, and they ended up as a draw, and both of them recognized each other's strength. Sakura and Inu ended up teaming up together to find the perfect gift for the couple. Later on, Shikamaru met Tamari and Choji told him to ask for her opinion. One thing led to another. Tamari thought Shikamaru was asking her to the honeymoon with him and had a cute moment together. Tamari ended up beating him up like a tsundere. The 5 Kages visited the Konoha and all of them planned to give Naruto some present for the wedding. Lee became a tall guy for the Kazekage squad. Gaara was struggling to come up with a gift. They also ran into Killer Bee and found out that Bee is planning to give them a dance show. Meanwhile, Shikamaru ran into the tsundere princess Tamari and the two apologized for their misunderstanding. Then they went on a meal afterward.
Is this a date? Is this a date?
Iruka-sensei thanked Gaara for being a good friend of Naruto, and we also learned that Ichiraku Ramen is planning to give Naruto a lifelong ramen pass. Best gift so far. Meanwhile, Shino was late to meet up with Kiba as he was talking with the academia student where he encouraged them to follow their dream. Kiba was really serious about getting a good gift for Naruto and Hinata as he viewed this as the final mission of Team A. The teacher Kurenai gave them inspiration for a rare honey wine that the Senzu clan used it as a gift for special occasions. After Kiba spit some rare game with Tamaki, the cat girl from Itachi's arc, she gave them the location to find it.
Nice.
Shino somehow ended up battling the beekeeper and whooped his ass. The duo returned it safely with the honey wine. Upon return, Shino visited the academia again for a speech, and afterward, Iruka-sensei suggested him to be a teacher. Iruka-sensei was still struggling to give his congratulation message. Meanwhile, Hinata had a typical tea party with his friend to discuss marriage. Kakashi was struggling to decide whose gifts are the best and send who to the mission. In the end, Tsunade returned it and pointed out that rules are made to be broken. It turns out that the wedding rules was created during wartime to prevent loss of armed force, but now time has changed and so should be the rule. The 6 Hokage in the end asked the other nation to lend some shinobi for the day of the wedding for any outstanding mission. Out of coincidence, Hinata discovered the secret wedding gift mission due to Konohamaru's big mouth. Iruka saw the distressed Hinata and thought Naruto did something wrong, so he started to apologize like a big brother, which made Hinata laugh. After a bit of conversation, they cleared the misunderstanding. Iruka-sensei's struggle continues, and everything changed when he had a conversation with Naruto. The spiky genin asked him to attend his wedding as his father figure. This was the inspiration that Iruka-sensei needed, and he finally recorded the perfect message with Konohamaru. About damn time, it only took like 9% of the arc. The wedding day has finally arrived, and a range of guests has shown up. Both couple were getting ready, with Hinata looking up the sky thinking of Nenji, while Naruto was thinking about his father as he saw the Hokage rock. The two couples hold hands as they marched it towards the perfect wedding with the best wish from their comrades.
よし、行くか。
It has been a long journey and we have finally reached the conclusion. It was really fun summarizing all-time classic series, and it definitely caused me to shed a few tears as we were reminiscing the journey of Naruto Uzumaki. This arc was just for completion purpose. I never thought I would say this, despite arc 14 has minimum action and battle scene, but I was fairly entertained. In fact, I enjoyed each episode more and more and watched them preciously as we walked towards the ending. This arc has definitely wrapped the story up and answered all of the unfinished business that we had as a fan, such as who won the waifu battle for Naruto between Sakura, Hinata and Sasuke, and the answer was obviously Sasuke. It was nice seeing relationships between character develop and blossom. And yes, we finally see the tsundere princess Temari being conquered. Normally, I would give this type of slice of life arc a 5 out of 10, but due to nostalgic reason, I'm going to bump this up to a 7.5 out of 10. Finally, I just want to say congrats Naruto on becoming the 7th Hokage and married such a cute waifu. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Naruto recap series for the last 2 years. The complete series is in the Naruto playlist, and thank you for all the support and feedback. Time to move on to a new series. You will stay safe and stay blessed. I'm out. Peace.